Old Stone Age to modern art. The first citation of art is in our cave paintings found in France. As time went on, people began to go outside and create stone artwork such as Stonehenge. In North Africa, we see Egypt. Their art has been based upon hieroglyphs, and most of their architecture and infrastructure have been based on religious hierarchy, such as pharaohs would be buried in pyramids and in sarcophagus, while slaves would be dead in the dust. In Greece, we see more humanistic art, such as their marble sculptures of people in dynamic poses, but they still hold on to their religious ideas, such as their mythological heroes and their temples based for gods. In Rome, we see their more infrastructure art, such as their aqueducts and roads, but there are still some decorative art, such as their Pantheon domes. In Byzantium, we see mosaics for art, for religious figures. As we go to Europe, we see the medieval ages. Monks will copy books by hand for their religion. Vikings would sculpt figures out of their boats, and the churches would revive Roman architecture with their arched domes. Then in Gothic era, we see more churches with pointed domes.
For a while, Italy spent his time drawing and singing with his unusually handsome grandfather. Italy had a natural affinity for artistic pursuits, so his grandfather was delighted.
It's fun to draw pictures. Somehow I feel so Renaissance.
The Renaissance, mostly based in Italy due to their relatively closeness to Rome and Greece, is a revival of those two cultures. The most notable artist at the time is Donatello, the father of modern sculpture, due to his bronze David, Leonardo da Vinci for his Mona Lisa and Last Supper, Michelangelo for the Sistine Chapel and the statue of David in the marble form, and Raphael for Madonna. Here we see the Counter-Reformation and the Reformation, with religious ideas clashing at each other of Protestantism and Christianity, but not very important. We go to Baroque, which is more dynamic, religious, detail, and theatrical paintings. Often, rulers of countries such as Tsars or kings and queens would use this art to make them seem more awesome and cool because of their lavish lifestyle and such. Unlike Baroque art, Rococo art worshipped more the high life, the court life, such as nobles and the rich. Neoclassicism was more into the Enlightenment and the Greco-Roman democratic ideas. These were basically people who aren't Greek or Roman still painted like the Greek and Roman. Romanticism is much more like Baroque art. But it had new subjects such as foreign settings, human and animal violence, and historical events. It was very passionate. It was full of emotion. It was overzealous. Impressionism began with Monet's Impression Soleil Levant. Impressionism is light brushstrokes that after a while form to create a picture. Thus, impression in actual image. It created the paint tube, which allowed painters to go outside rather than stay inside. And it created photography. It became the idea of photographic art. Modernism is an era of more movements of art. Cubism. Using logic and perspective, arbitrary cubes come together to form an object. The most famous of this movement is Pablo Picasso. Fauvism. Fauvism is arbitrary outlandish colors earn the title fauve, and is built on post-impressionism bright colors. Expressionism. expresses more emotion than actual physical state. Realism. Is used the element of surprise. Surrealism is based on the element of surprise. It is more based upon human imagination, such as this Salvador Dali's portrayal of the human imagination. Abstract art using color and idea, logic, and pictures to create an image. Pop art, popular culture art. It is art based on popular culture, such as advertisement or comics. It was used to counteract the abstract art, and its most famous is Andy Warhol.